Well, hello, good evening, good evening. How are you? Hey there, how's everyone? How's everyone? Good evening, good evening. Hey, come on in tonight. We are going to be talking about step parents, bonus parents, and how amazing that life can actually be. Uh-oh. Hope you didn't hear all that. I was moving the microphone. But hello, good evening. Come on in. I hope everyone is doing well. Alexa, Alexa, stop playing music. So I hope everyone is doing well tonight. How are you? How are you? It's another week. Whew, this year is really going by quickly, isn't it? It's almost Christmas again. Yes, we're already in September. So, again, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Welcome to Reflections. I'm Naita, and I'm so glad you're here. Reflections is a part of my Fight to Smile brand. I don't know if you can see it on that side. Let's see if you can see it better on this side, but it's a part of my Fight to Smile brand. And Fight to Smile is designed to be empowering and encouraging for career minded women. And then my show Reflections, it's just the unwind. It's the unwind after a busy, hard day in the in your prospective careers or in your entrepreneur endeavors. And it's a chance for us to just talk about life and talk about things. So tonight, I wanted to talk about that bonus family. When you marry into a already created family, and just making it an amazing experience for everyone involved. I know I've had an amazing journey, and I'll share some of that journey with you tonight. But tonight, I just wanted to again, say welcome to Reflections. I'm so glad you're here, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our show tonight. So, welcome to Reflection. Okay, I'm having some technical difficulties, but we're gonna move past that. We are not gonna have problems all night. So please, reach out to me. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hit me on Facebook, hit me on YouTube, and let me know if you're having problems hearing this. I'm trying to pull it up now and post a comment, but please let me know what's going on because that's really interesting. Now and post. So let's try this. Okay, and let me post a comment over here. Okay, let me know if you can hear me okay. But look, I wanted to talk about, the joys of being a bonus family. So I remember when I was growing up, there was a TV show that came on. I'm getting ready to date myself. And maybe some of you have heard of it. Maybe some of you may even remember it. But the name of the show was 8 is Enough. Does anyone remember that show? And it was about a family that had 8 kids. And it was a mother and a father. They had 8 children, and, ranging from very young adult all the way down to elementary school. And the mother passed away, and the father remarried, I would say within a year and a half, 2 years. He remarried, and he married a woman who had no children. I guess she had worked for a while, and then she decided to go back to school, and she was in medical school. And she married a man with 8 children. I want to make sure we understand this. She married a man with 8 children, not 8 children from 8 different baby mamas. No, it was 8 children from one wife, and they still lived, all kids lived at home. And does anybody remember that show? Anybody remember that show and say, I can hear you with a little bit of an echo? Really? And my headphones are upstairs. Is it bad, Regina? Thank you for coming tonight. Regina, is the echo bad? Please let me know. I wonder why it doesn't show up on here. Come on, comments. But let me know, Regina, if the echo is bad. Okay, the echo is clear now. Okay, very good. Yay. Thank you for coming tonight. Beautiful. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for being here. But yes, the stepmom's name was Abby. And again, Abby was in medical school. And she married a man with 8 children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 children. And of the 8, I guess maybe 2 of them, no, maybe 3 of them were young adults. And the rest of them were teens and all the way down to elementary school. So I remember, the family dynamics, and, everybody called on Abby for everything, because she was mom and she filled that role. She stepped in, okay, step parent. They step in and fill the role of whatever needs to be done for that family. So there was one point when she was in medical school. So she was in medical school full time. And the family really needed her. The kids needed her. And I remember the youngest son, Nicholas, had been in a fight at school. He had a bloody nose, and he came home and he was looking for Abby, and she was not there because she was in medical school. She was studying. And the father, his name, I think it was Dick Van Patten, he that evening he was real upset, and he was angry that you're my wife, you're supposed to be here. And anyway, she didn't drop out of school, but what she ended up doing was going to medical school part-time. And I don't know why that particular episode just stood out in my mind, but it did, because as the step parent, you step in wherever the need is. So let's fast forward many, many years later. And, I ended up, even going, I don't even have to fast forward. Let's just stay there at that time. I had a step parent. My stepmom has been a part of my life like all my life. I really don't remember too many years of my life where she was not there. So, and she was an incredible example of stepping in wherever the mother and father need help, wherever there are gaps. So now let's fast forward many years and let me show you, see if I can pull up some pictures of my babies. And let's see, what's this saying? I can't. You're already starting. Okay, so let me see if we can pull this picture up and see if it'll come up. And why is it not showing? I tell you, technology is just not being our friend tonight, you guys. It's not being our friend. Okay, let's try this. Let me redo. So those are my babies. Did you see them? Woo! They'll probably be mad about that picture, but I'm gonna show it one more time. That's Nia, Trey, Javaris, and Javante. Oh my God. And I tell you, I think we've had an amazing life together. I really, really do. I think we've had a wonderful journey because I want you to see them now. Let me show you before. And there they are now, all grown up, looking after one another. I just think that is the greatest blessing of all as a parent, to know that your kids are taking care of each other, watching out for each other. I mean, even this morning, my daughter called me. She said, "Did Javaris text you this morning?" I said, "No." She said, "Oh, okay, then he really meant that just for me." But he just, texted her this morning and said, "Look, go and have an amazing day. Be the amazing person that you are. Don't be so hard on yourself and just enjoy that." He just had wonderful, encouraging words. And they just look out for each other. And that is just the greatest. That's what being a parent is all about, is just knowing that, because we as parents aren't going to be here all forever. So knowing that your kids are going to be looking out for one another is the greatest joy. But I think one thing that made our relationship so phenomenal like it is today is the fact that it was just built on genuine love. I love kids, and they came to the table already phenomenal kids. The boys came, they just came phenomenal kids. It was, what was not to love about them? They showed up on my doorsteps as little boys, and they had been to a football game. They play football, of course, and they were dirty. They were little mud balls. Little mud balls. And they showed up at my door, and I opened the door. I wasn't expecting them to be there. Thought it was going to be like a neighbor or somebody at the door. And I opened the door, and these three little boys who had been out in the mud in the rain playing football were standing at my door. And I was like, "Oh my God." So I started grinning, and they started grinning. And I remember saying, "Okay, who's who?" And Trey, who is the oldest, he said, "Well, I'm Trey, and these are my brothers." So I was like, "Well, do your brothers have names?" And that's just always, that's who he is. He lets you know, "I'm the oldest. Talk to me. I speak." There was a point when he said, "I speak on behalf of my brothers." And and just from that moment till today is nothing but love, love. And I think because of the fact that their biological mother, knew that, number one, her kids were going to be loved at my house. She knew they were going to be well cared for. She knew we were going to get some homework done. And she knew they were going to be fed. And with that, I think that brought a comfort level for her. So then she and I were able to develop the relationship that we had while the kids were growing up. So we even, we've been through a lot of things together, and we were able again to do that. I think primarily because she was confident that her kids were loved, they're safe, they're going to be fed, their life will be enriched. And with that, um, it has been just an amazing, amazing journey. Um, and I wish that that could be the same, for all. Unfortunately, it's not. It's not, and that's so unfortunate. That's unfortunate for the kids. It's unfortunate for everyone involved. But with that, we have, I think the communication was key. I also think that as the step parent, it's so important that we know our place. What? Yes, we have to know our place because we are not the parent. We can give suggestions, we can give guidance, but ultimately, you gotta let grown folks do what they're gonna do. And I think that it's also important to not get caught up in the exes, the ex wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is. Um, get caught up in their drama because they have drama. Okay. And the key is not to get caught up in theirs. And I'll never forget. It was truly a slap in the face, but it was probably the best slap I could have ever got in my face. But I found myself repeating something I heard the family saying about the boy's mom one day. And I was just repeating it because I've heard them say it. Oh, well, she's this, she that. And a family member of his, a different family member of my husband's at the time, she said, "It cringes me to hear you say that." And then I was like, "Really?" And she said, "Because you do know that if anything happens between you and him, they'll say the same thing about you." Woo! Wake up call. Okay, Stewie and the doll, it's like, that's true. And that's truly something my mama has always said. A dog that'll bring a bone will take a bone away. So from that one to the next, I've never ever repeated a word. I stay out of their stuff. Stay out of it. When they arguing and y'all work that out. Me and the kids going to the mall. We going to the pool. We going to the park. Something. Y'all work that out. I'm not in that. Well, she did it. I could care less. That's on y'all. That, because some of that drama is stuff y'all carrying over from years ago, and I ain't got nothing to do with that. And so knowing your place, I think that is really, really key. And, and eventually your skills, your gifts, your talents will surface wherein, you know, everyone will know, oh, well, we should use this person for this person for that. Because when there were ever situations that would arise in school or things like that, then they knew that I was person to contact for the letter. You need a letter? Oh man, I could write the letter, So, I think communication is key. Communication is key. As the years gone, wait a minute, let me see if I have any comments. Any comments, Joanne? Hey, Miss Joanne, it's good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Um, oh, um, Regina, where are you that you're 6 hours behind us? Where are you? My goodness, are you in Hawaii? Where are you? 6 hours behind us? Please let me know. Drop it in the box. Let me know where you are these days. That is awesome. But so let me share a good time, a memory. Me and the boy's mom, I'm going to put her name out there, Olivia. we used to travel all the time because the boys played football. And there was a point where we had two boys playing D1 football in the SEC. So for 6 years, Olivia drove back and forth and up and down the highways to support her sons playing football. Of those 6 years, 5 of those years, Nia and I were right there along with her. And we have been I have been to most stadiums. I think Olivia's been to all the stadiums, but I've been to most of the SEC stadiums, going to football games and all up and down the coast. Well, let me tell you what happened one time. So one time, University of Arkansas was playing LSU. So me and Olivia, we always travel, right? We always on that road, burning up that road going to these games. But this one time, because it was LSU, their daddy wanted to come. So it was me, Olivia, the father, Nia, Javaris in one car for 9 hours to Nolens. 9 hours. Can you guys imagine that? 9 hours. But it was so funny because I think, at first we all thought, oh, okay, this would be a great trip. But as the time drew closer, I think we all became a little bit apprehensive. By then my husband and I were divorced. So, I think we were all just a little bit apprehensive. And on the day of, I was the designated driver going. So she got in the car with her little spirited drinks. He got in the car with his spirited drinks because everybody talking about, oh, we need something to make this journey together. Oh, God. It was hilarious. I wish, oh, my God, we should have recorded that. That should have been a reality show episode. So, but it turned out to be truly one of the fondest memories that we have as a family, being able to travel together to, support the kids. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. That's what being a step parent is all about. It's about being there to support the kids. Regina is in Hawaii. I said that. Didn't I say that? I said, where are you, in Hawaii? And that's exactly where you are. Well, are you on vacation or are you working there? That's awesome. I hope you're on vacation. But yeah, that was an awesome time. And we have, many, many years of experience and all kind of memories to share. So I want to share one more picture because our family has grown. So and that's the kids, and two of them are married, and there's a grandbaby, but I didn't get permission from the parents to show her picture, so I'm not going to do that. So again, remember, it's about knowing your place, setting your boundaries. And yeah, as a grandparent, you want to hurry up and show pictures, but come on, these are their parents. Give the parents space to be parents, I think also one of the beauties of being the bonus parent or having a bonus family is watching them grow and become these incredible adults that are doing great things in society and in the community, and receiving their comments and their instruction, because they, often can speak life into your situation. They can speak a word into your life. Just because they're kids doesn't mean that that they don't have insight, or that God doesn't give them revelations and they share it with you, and you don't even realize that, it's not the kid in them, but it's God speaking through them. Let me give you an example. There was a time years and years and years ago when I kept throwing money into my car. And no matter how much, you know how it gets, sometimes, well, maybe that after you've driven the car for so long and you put work in it. Then every time you put work in it, you have to put a little bit more work in, and then a little bit more work and stuff. So we got up, my daughter and I got up one morning. She was a little bitty thing, about 4 years old, and the car wouldn't start again. And it was just, have you ever been at a place in life where just one more thing, and you just lose it? You just boohoo cry. So I'm in the kitchen, and I'm just boohoo crying, and I'm trying to make arrangements, to get from here to there and get the car over here and get her to school and me get to work. Yeah, that part, get to work. And so I'm crying at this time, but just crying out of frustration. My little 4 year old, she stood in the door of the kitchen, and she put her hand on her no hip, put her hand on her hip. She said, "What you crying for, mama?" I said, "Well, the car is broken, and I'm da 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 da, and I'm just so tired, and da 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 da, and I keep putting money in the car." And she looked at me, and she said, "Well, just go buy another one." So I was like, "Oh, it's just that simple, huh? Just go buy another one." So you know what? I called the credit union. I went and bought another car that afternoon. Okay. So sometimes kids get revelations that they don't know any better, but sometimes it's just God speaking through them. And as they grow up, and you've seen their fruit, you've seen their labor, their diligence, you've seen the manner of adult that they've become. Then when they turn around and tell you something or speak into your life, I think it's just important that we listen. And I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but I think it's important that we listen, that we have an ear to hear their voice. I know Trey and I spoke yesterday, and he spoke something into yesterday, and it was a matter of fact kind of thing, like, you deal with it, and if you don't, it's on you. And I was like, whoa, I guess you got a point. So let me deal with it. And again, I think that's the beauty of being a parent. And at that point, it's not parent, bonus parent, step parent. It's just being a parent. It's the reward. I think that's the reward of being a parent. So, okay, I'm working. Okay, thank you, Miss Regina. She says she's working in Hawaii. Okay, how much work can you get done in Hawaii? I wonder. Do you work at the beach? Take your computer with you? Do you have lunch at the beach? I wonder how that works. But she says she's working in Hawaii. So congratulations. That sounds awesome. And she said, "Okay, very good. Oh, I did. I spoke it. Okay, I did, didn't I? Now that I think about when we went out to lunch that day, didn't we? Yes, yes. You have to fill me in. We have to catch up. So I'm looking forward to that story. So look, that's those are some of the things on my heart tonight. What are your thoughts and your comments? Is anyone a step parent? Has anyone had dealings with being the step parent or having a step parent in your life? She's still oh boy. I do understand. I don't want to repeat what the text was that I just received, but someone said that their significant other or their child's parent knew all of that. They know the rights and the wrongs and communication and know that their kid is safe, but still they choose to do ignorant things. I was trying to clean this up to do ignorant things. And you know what? That is so unfortunate because it can be such a rewarding experience for everybody involved. For the parent, the parent who, is, they now have a step parent that they could have as an ally, someone to confide in. And if they're not taking advantage of that opportunity, or if someone has a wall up, it's just unfortunate. It really is. But I'm here to tell you that it can work. It can work. Some of you are out there and maybe struggling with step parent situations, and the biological parent is upset or the step parent is upset, I'm here to tell you that just keep loving on the kids. Keep loving the kids, keep doing right by the kids, keep the negative comments to yourself. Never, ever, 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 ever have anything negative to say about either parent. And don't let the kids talk about the parents either. There have been times that the kids have been mad at their mom, mad at their dad. Don't bring that foolishness in here. That's your mama and that's your daddy. And I'm going to always lead you to that you will always give them respect, even as adults. And you want to flex. Yeah, because you're an adult now. You want to flex a little bit. Oh, not on my watch. That's still your mama. That's still your daddy. And you will not talk about them in their presence and definitely not behind their back. I have a comment. It says, okay, it went away. It says, I come from a household with 4 other siblings and 3 fathers, plus a stepdad that came in to pick up the pieces when I was 12 years old. There was so much drama and dysfunction, and ultimately it was all a waste of time. I feel bad that it turned out better that we turned out better than his own kids with his ex-wife. I see that happen a lot too. I do. I see that where people will be better parents or more available to the step kids than they are to their own biological kids. And how many of us have seen that before? Seen it, experienced it, and that's a tragedy. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's a tragedy. That is a tragedy. But I know it's a lot of history there too. There's a lot of history and hurt feelings, and it's bad. But I am here to tell you that it can work when all the adults put their feelings out the way and put the kids as the centerpiece. Make the kids the focal concern. That's the only thing we had to talk about when we called. So there's no reason for us to argue about something that happened 10 years ago in our relationship. We are here to deal with the kids. And that's it. That's it. As a family, as the adults, we have to learn to push that stuff aside and just deal with the kids. But what about when you're the kid and you're watching the other kids get everything and you're on the outside just wanting to be in? I've seen that happen. I've seen a family where the son, the unknown son, biological son, was on the outside looking in, didn't, just, and the other family didn't even know he existed. I've seen ugly. I've seen ugly. And then, what do you do in those situations once it all comes to light? You love on the kids because the kids didn't ask for that situation. The kids didn't ask to be brought into this world. They definitely didn't ask to be born into foolery. They didn't ask for that. So you love on the kids, even if the kids are grown before you realize it. I've seen so many times where people show up at the funerals. Oh, well, that's my daddy. You're like, what the freak? Where'd you come from? And then it's the brothers and sisters. You got to love on each other because that's who you have. That's all you have, It's crazy. This thing called life ain't no joke. This is it's no joke. It's no joke. And we go around just leaving scars on other people, leaving scars on children. And ultimately, the kids didn't ask to be here. So the only thing that we can do as the adults in these situations, as the adults marrying into situations where there are kids, is we got to love on the kids. We got to love on the kids. And what about if the kids, come in and want to disrespect my house and all this stuff? You, it takes open communication. The father had, or I said the father, but the biological parent has to address the issue, address discipline. Now, I am so fortunate. When I told you my kids came in just the model kids, I've never had any real discipline issues that I had to deal with, with the kids. We had, and if there, I mean, we had some, some little, they've had some, squabbles and things like that. And, I talk to them at the time, and then I'll say, is this resolved? If it's resolved, we're good. If it's not resolved, I say, okay, then I'm going to tell your dad when he gets home. And then the dad took care of it, and I'm not one that, did a whole lot of, spanking and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to mess with your mind. I'm that kind of, I do that for discipline. And he's more, physical. So, I'm like, yeah, I know you rather me discipline you than you had to go through with your dad, So, but there was a time when Javaris, I'm not gonna tell his story, but we had a little incident, little episode, and I know that if I had told him or if I had told the mom, they would have told his behind out the frame. And I wasn't going to do that. So he and I came to an agreement on the best form of discipline to respond to that particular behavior that we did not ever want to see again. And we never did, I think for me, I wish the kids, I should have tagged them and told them to watch tonight, but I would like to think that I've always been a resource and a confidant for them. So I can recall when, one has been in trouble with both parents, and I'm like, whew, you in the doghouse, So I was the one that they could come and talk to. And I'm like, well, look, what can I do to help? What can I do to help fix this? So it's been, all I can say, it's been a journey, and it can work. It can work. It really can. But again, it does take adults pushing aside their hurt feelings, their broken dreams for that particular relationship to work, and then just focusing on the children. So, let's see. Oh, oh. Oh, I'm getting different texts and comments. So I'm so glad that you all are here tonight, though. I appreciate it. This has been a topic that I have found, it's been on my heart, and I wanted to talk about. Hold on, everybody. Just one second. You do know I'm live, right?
Huh?
You do know I'm live, right?
Why did you answer?
I'll call you back.
Okay.
Oh goodness. But yeah, this has been a topic that has been, on my heart. And I said, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about it. And I also want to put out, some good vibes. Forget good vibes. I want to pray for the people who have been the biological kids, and you've watched the step kids get better treatment, and that's a hurtful thing. Or you've been watching, it's not even the step kids, it could just be the kids born to a different parent, and they get preferential treatment. Man, I remember working at a middle school, and I had sisters, two sisters. They were like a year apart, and they looked very different. They had the same mother. They had two different fathers, and one of the daughters wore all the nice clothes. She was, her physical appearance was a little bit different than the other sister. She may, I don't want to say it like this, but she may have been more attractive. And, but the other sister, she didn't get the new clothes. She didn't get a lot of things that the other sister got. So one day, the two girls got into an argument and they got into a fight at school. And we know sisters argue, sisters fuss, sister fight. Generally, it's usually at home, but this particular time they were fighting at school. The mother came up to the school, got mad, and physically jumped on the other daughter for fighting the other sister and beat her down. It's before, security could come and break it up and all of that. And but ultimately that was just the case of, I like this one daddy better than your daddy, you know. And I've seen that. I've seen men treat their kids differently because of the different mothers. And the bottom line is this: the kids didn't ask to be born into that situation. And it's not right and it's not fair. So I know that there are many that are walking around today with those scars, um, of living in that type, growing up in that type of household. But I want to let you know that there is healing and there is wholeness that is still available for you. And identifying that hurt and those scars is so important so that you can heal from them. Now, I know this isn't a religious show, but I love God and I pray and I take things to God in prayer. So, if you can reach me, you can reach out to me through social media, you can, send emails, text, whatever, and I'm happy to pray with you, you know. Um, but I know that there's still a lot of hurt out there. And I want everyone to know that there is healing that is available and that you can heal from this and move forward so that you can fully and wholly love, wholly as in WHOLY, wholly WHOLEY. You know what I'm trying to say. Love your kids. Love your kids. So that's available. That's available to you. I'm here to, please reach out to me. But again, the last time I'm going to say this, that, the family situation can be such an incredible opportunity for our kids to experience double the love, double the opportunities, double the family. It can be a wonderful, wonderful experience, especially when the adults look past their own issues, their own disappointments, their own hurts, and then just focus on the needs of the kids. So, with that, I'm going to wrap it up tonight. If want to share with you again, I have t-shirts now. And that's my Fight to Smile t-shirt. So please, if you have not purchased your t-shirt yet, I ask that reach out to me. Reach out to me and let me know that you want a t-shirt. And where is my website? And I'm not finding it right now. I'm having all kind of technology issues tonight, but it's my website. Just go to my website, www.drnaita.com, and you'll be able to find my website there. And you'll find, here it is, finally. And then the t-shirts, you can also purchase them directly from Shopify. So that would be drnaita.myshopify.com. And Fight to Smile, again, it's an opportunity for women. Let me just Do it again. You know, it represents the woman who stands strong. Where is it? Stands strong on her foundation, on her belief. She holds her head up. And despite the obstacles and challenges that she may face, she continues to fight for her smile. She smiles in the face of whatever obstacles she is enduring. So get your shirt. Get your shirt for yourself. Get your shirt for men. Purchase a shirt for your daughters, your wives, your sisters, your mom, and continue to encourage women to hold their heads up and continue to fight to smile. I appreciate you coming on tonight. Thank you for being here, and I will see you all soon. Good night, everyone.